It is December 29th, 2011, and it is not technically Hanukkah anymore. But I'm going to make a video about it anyway. I've been raised Jewish, even though I celebrate Christmas, but not many people knew the details of the Hanukkah party, including my father, who, at a recent Hanukkah party, was asked to recount the details of the Hanukkah story and promptly blinked. So here they are. Okay. In the 4th century BCE, the Greek Empire collapsed due to some internal factors, but directly due to the invasion of King Philip II of Macedonia, who, at his very heart and soul and core of his being, desired very much to become Greek. Philip had a famous son, you might know of him. His name is Alexander, and to emphasize his greatness, we tack the Great there at the end. Alexander the Great was only 20 years old when he led his army around Europe to Africa, conquering an empire that was roughly the size of the United States. However, we will never know how he actually would have done ruling said empire, because after a quick trek to India, he died of a fever at age 32. His territory was divided among his 4 generals. Ptolemy in Egypt, Cassander in the west, which is like Rome and stuff, Antigonus in the north, Asia Minor, and he was killed pretty quick, and Seleucid, butchering that name always, in the east. But that is all background information, because the really important thing here is that Alexander the Great spread something else in his travels, which is Hellenism. Hellenism is a synthesis of Greek culture with a lot of other cultures, but mainly it's Greek. It's a Greek thing. In the Middle East, which was under the control of the Seleucids, remember, there is a country that today is called Israel, back then was called Judea. The Jewish people lived there at the time and were basically split down the middle, with either assimilating to Greek culture, which meant accepting their polytheistic beliefs, or sticking with the Jewish culture, which is, at its core, a monotheistic tradition. As in, Jews believe that there is one God, not many. Monotheism, polytheism, clash. Luckily, this wasn't a big deal when Antiochus the Third came to power as the Seleucid king of Syria. He basically let the Jews do their thing, minor interference, you know. The real trouble started when his son, Antiochus IV Epiphanes, but we'll just call him Antiochus, came to power and outlawed the Jewish religion and made them worship Greek gods, and in 168 BCE invaded Jerusalem, massacred the people, moved into the Holy Temple, and desecrated it. Note the evil goatee, and he's the bad guy here. Desecrating the temple meant altars to Zeus, which meant slaughtering of pigs, and pigs are very non-kosher. Of course, a resistance occurred, led by an old man named Mattathias, and when he died in 166 BCE, his son Judah Maccabee means hammer, took over, using whatever tools they could find.
We'll use sticks and shovels and rakes. We will do whatever it takes. We are willing to stand up and fight for what's right.
In guerrilla warfare, the Maccabees drove the Seleucid forces out within 2 years. Not by might, not by power, but by spirit alone. Yeah! I don't actually know how that song goes. But that's not all! After the Jews got rid of the Seleucids and cleaned up the temple, the story goes they only had enough oil to keep the sacred menorah, that is, a candelabra with 7 branches, burning for 1 day. However, the oil lasted for 8, and that is the Hanukkah miracle. After that, Judah Maccabee, remember him, the hero, he set up the Hasmonean dynasty. But he wasn't the nicest of rulers, forced circumcision and stuff, and division into sects, so we don't talk about that. Today, we celebrate Hanukkah for 8 days to commemorate the miracle. We light candles and play gambling games with dreidels. The letters on a dreidel, Nun Gimel He Shin, and on an Israeli dreidel, Pei, stands for Nes Gadol Hayasham, or Nes Gadol Hayapo. It means a great miracle happened there, or in Israel, a great miracle happened here. And of course, we eat a lot of food, fried in oil, including latkes. We also debate on the spelling of Hanukkah. 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 I had a wicked awesome sweet time with you celebrating Hanukkah this year, and we should do it again soon, as in next year. But hopefully I will see you sooner than that. Farewell and best wishes. Put on your yarmulke, it's time to celebrate Hanukkah. Drano. No, that's that song. No one. Drano. No.